Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's Lair. I am your host, Larry the Chupacabra, and we're back for another splendiferous indie first lookification video thingamajigger. So today, we are looking at this delectable game called Cosmochoria, and, this title might not completely indicate what we'll be doing today in our magnificent, interstellar adventure. But, I can tell you one thing. Despite all this crazy stuff going on here on this little interstellar planet, the thing that really got me interested when, Nate Schmold, who made this delectable game, found me and Lumps the Clown on Twitter thanks to Rizzard Core. What's to say? There is a delectable spaceman. He is not wearing any clothes, and you can see his nips, which are exposed to the vacuum of space. So, I mean, what else do we really need to know? I mean, that just sounds delectable. So, Cosmochoria is a very sort of open-worldy, open galaxy type of game, and you have a whole bunch of different stuff that you can unlock in a very arcade fashion. You start out with the helmet, the ultimate in space atmospheric protection, and I haven't unlocked any of these other suits because there's a whole bunch of stuff going on here. You can unlock different perks for monies if you so desire. I think I'll grab me some health, actually, since we're here right now. You can unlock different special items if you get enough delicious crystalline cash. And the most important thing that I've discovered that you really need to pay attention to is your weaponry. You start out with this measly pea shooter, and, it does not do the most fantastical job of protecting your, supple space bod from the vacuum of space, and so I quickly had to upgrade myself to, the laser blaster, which shoots, 2 laser beams, and of course, then I picked up the sniper rifle, which is now my favoriteest thing ever. But, before I get into too much detail about what all this stuff is, let's just jump in here for a while, and go jumping around. Alrighty, so here we are, and that's actually our delightful friend, the Magic 8-Ball. Welcome, everyone, to Cosmochoria. We have our blaster, this is my upgraded sniper rifle, and we've got some crazy stuff to do. So this is really all we get started with. You can... oh, hello, little alien man, but, you start out with, and the only thing you really get... besides a couple of instructions on how to use your basic mechanics, is, hey, go pick up that 8-Ball. And you dump it down and you pick it back up, and it says, you know, you're like the chosen one. You should seek out the bearded one. He brings the wisdom. And, you know what, as far as random direction goes, I suppose an 8-Ball, it isn't the worst thing. So the first thing I did was I picked up this 8-Ball, and I didn't have any idea what I was doing, so I grabbed my jetpack, and just kind of started wandering through space, flashing my doodle at everyone, and running into crazy, cartoony little space aliens that are just the cutest frickin' thing I ever put a bullet in. I mean, what, I don't know what to tell you. These are cute. There's like a really disgruntled, gentleman inside the spacecraft shooting at me in the face, and you kill them and they drop a crystal, which is the money of this game. And I was a little bit confused as to what you were supposed to do. I was like, is this one of those games that has a lot of direction? Or is this a game that's like, do I have a mission to fulfill? And it's like, well, maybe I'll go look for the bearded one. Maybe he knows what this is all about. Well, after about 45 minutes of screwing around in space and swinging around and showing the universe my dong, I got murdered. And I'll show you what murdered me, actually, if I can find it. There's more than just these little cute creatures and their small planets with gravity, as indicated by their halos. There's also a giant red spot, and that's a sun. And if you run into the middle of the sun, you turn into a crispy cosmological bacon man. And, well, that's not very good for your skin, I'm told. So, then I died, and I was just like, well, what the heck? And so I was very cross with this 8-ball, and I just left him off to the side, and then I clicked down again. I was like, oh, okay, here's my menu. And so I have a seed. You start out with a seed, and that's what this little icon down here that kind of looks like a pie chart is supposed to indicate. I would have thought maybe, I don't know, make it look like this plant seed right here, but oh well, I figured it out after a little bit, and that's the kind of game that Cosmochoria is. It's all about just screwing around with stuff, and eventually magic happens. And you know what? That's just fine. You know, honestly, I was ready for action, sudden adventure, an intense amount of aliens trying to grab my buds on my flabby man chest. But, that wasn't really what happened. There was just kind of like a bunch of space hobos in flying saucers constantly coming at my face. And you know what? Despite the angry space hobos, this is pretty relaxing. So really what we do, if you come back over here and talk to the 8-ball, he's like, oh, well, actually, never mind. Essentially, what he should be telling me, if I was cool enough and lucky enough for him to, or her, to kind of like line up with my Let's Play here, he would be like, hey, you know, your health, it's kind of like love. And you know what these plants are giving this planet? All sorts of good vibes. It's almost like you're seeding the universe after some sort of great calamity. And the loading screen shows you as a baby for some reason. And so, more or less, what your goal is here is you're some sort of intergalactic Johnny Appleseed, and you've got to restore life and civilization to the galaxy. Or, if you're a little bit more perverted in the head like Larry, you've got to spread your seed to all of the Willy universe. Just spritz it everywhere. Open mouths, squinting eyes, strange, unknown orifices. The world is your clamshell. Do the thing. And, like I was talking about with the health, the way you heal in this game, or you get your health back, is you go to a planet, and you fill it with plants, and the good vibes give you the good feels in your mammary parts. And then you, get healed. So, you know, that's not the weirdest thing. And, you know, the whole package, it's strange, but I like it. It's just relaxing, arcadey goodness. And it's just, just think about this for a minute. Look how lovingly illustrated this whole kitten caboodle is. It's hand-drawn, there's this relaxing space business. That planet is all hand-illustrated. It's great, I love it. And so I kind of like, it was like a grumpy morning for Larry. But you know what? Oh, I couldn't be grumpy at this after I started to figure it out. And I will admit it did take me a little bit. I just kind of roamed around gunning everyone down for a while. And you know what? That's cool. It's very open world, subtle towards what your goals are. Kind of like Don't Starve, if you ever played that game. And of course, got a sweet jetpack. Oh, get out of here, you. This is one of the enemy bases that can spawn stuff. It's a giant angry beehive that shoots back. Ow. Frickin'. You're constantly bombarded by space aliens, of all varieties. You are not safe. And that beehive just dropped a bunch of money and one of these triangular things that I thought was maybe like a sentient AI robot. That's actually bricks that allows me to build these flame temples and these pew-pew towers, which, those are like tower defense towers, so that you can kind of like set up shop on a planet. Yeah, it's interesting. You can definitely, and that'll come into play a little later, set up a permanent-ish base, so to speak, so that you're sort of insulated from intergalactic fondling, which is a very real, very constant worry. That's my starter planet. I'm bad at the jetpacking, if you can't tell. Well, oh no, that's a sun. That's killed me before. Be careful with the red parts. They murder you. We're gonna do stuff with some planets, not to spoil anything for anyone who's interested in this game. And we're gonna bring them back to life, and then I guess a dragon's gonna get pissed off, and it's gonna come try to touch us inappropriately. in ways we're not entirely comfortable with. So, to make that a little easier, because the dragon is murdery and I don't have a lot of upgrades yet, even though, you know, I have gotten to this sweet one-shot sniper rifle, and most of these things usually take 2, 3, 5 hits before they get murdered. It still touches my boy parts because I'm not wearing clothing, as I'm sure you can imagine. That makes getting beaten up a little bit more awkward in space. Oh, freaking aliens. These guys are really annoying. They spawn these little undulating slime monsters and eyeballs and tentacles on the planet's surfaces, and they can jankle with your stuff if you built any cool stuff. They also shoot you in the face. 2 things that kind of get awkward when you want to stay alive. Oh, there we go. This is a swirly gig planet. It's kind of like a gas giant, covered in what will soon be tentacle plants. My favorite kind of plant, really. So much more interesting than a boring old rose. So you throw down a seed, and then you gotta give the seed a lovely massage to get it feeling right to grow on a weird planet. And then they grow and they give you, 1 to 3 seeds, or sometimes more. So you quickly build up a giant proliferation of seeds. And then once I hit 3 planets re-brought back to life like that, with the atmosphere and the cool clouds, which is how you know you did the thing right, then you spawn a dragon at 3 of them. And I don't know what happens after that. I haven't quite gotten that far. But we'll see. This is just a quick first look so that you guys can kind of see what Cosmochoria is now that it's open in early access. So let's finish cleaning up this planet, and I'm going to want to build a tower. So there's 2, 3-ish kinds of towers we can build right now. I'm going to build a pew-pew tower, so it's kind of like the all-seeing eye tower, and he shoots a rapid fire type shot. Pretty self-explanatory. He sees you and he shoots you in the face. Perfectly normal behavior. And they drop off tentacles which kill stuff. Not the best. I also think that potentially the tentacles or maybe the ooze monsters can mess with your plants and turn them into predatory plants. So we'll see if we can see some of that. So right now, I'm setting up a defensive perimeter tower sort of planet, because we're gonna go to war with a giant spicy dragon, and he can basically rip me in half and eat my insides and spread me out just across the galaxy in general. So we need a home base to keep us safe, and if he comes to follow us, he gets the crap shot out of him. I think that seems reasonable. I'm a tower defense guy at heart. I have attempted to kill the dragon with just my gun and my wits and a cowboy hat. However, it's a cheap cowboy hat, so that might be what did me in before, but it kind of works. It's just the randomly spawning other enemies murder my face after I kill him. Oh, hey-ho. This is a buff. This is a shooty buff. So now my sniper rifle is powered up. You see how it looks like a frickin' arrow? Maybe if I slow that down. And I can also make this MOA smash. Uh-oh, okay, we have enough plants. Now the dragon's gonna come for us. That's what this giant health bar is, if you weren't clear on that. We want to make sure we've got lots of extra plants oh, good. The fire has started. That's the dragon. I didn't know what this was originally. I thought this was like some sort of cosmic event I unleashed by, restoring balance and order or something. Nope, turns out there's a crazy Chinese dragon, and he wants to eat my face. He's not so keen on the whole restoring time and space business that I'm in. Okay, I'm probably gonna get killed in space. There's stuff murdering me, and the dragon's murdering me. He's oddly good at the aim for somebody who's just spamming. Oh, that's him. Okay, don't murder my face. Hi. I just need to get back to my home base. Where is it? That's the other one. Don't need that one. Oh, there it is. Save me, home base. You're my only hope. That and all the guns attached to you. Do the thing, Tim. Oh, I can chunk him, actually. Yeah, see, this is a powerful sniper rifle. When I first did this, I had to use the biggest planet. Yeah, that's right. Take it. Take it, Snake Man. Don't murder my stuff, though. It's expensive. It's why you're so... Okay, we did the thing. That wasn't even that hard now that I've got a bunch of stuff. It was totally hard. So he drops 200 credits of crystals. I think the money is basically orange space meth, if I had to tell you the truth. But you know what, that's fine. Maybe I get to meet the space Walter White. Maybe I'm the space Walter White. It makes so much sense now. But yeah, that's... In a nutshell, that's Cosmochoria. You go around saving planets, shooting stuff, being a space hobo, and killing other space hobos for money. And victory and legend and stuff. So we're gonna see in the next few minutes if I can find the space bearded old man. He's like our version of Yoda, except he smells weird. A little bit. Maybe we'll see some randomly spawned NPCs that kind of exist. I think that's kind of neat. That's something I always liked in games like Starbound, was just having random NPCs show up and be like, hey, I'm not trying to touch you inappropriately or shoot you in the face. Would you like to be friends? I'd like to sell you things that you want. Because I'm that kind of a guy. And I'm just like, sweet. It's exactly what I like people doing around me. Giving me things and selling me murder weapons. Alright, so we got more bricks to build, more towers. I like to have like 5. And if you get the crap kicked out of you a time or two and you got enough money stored up from roaming around the cosmos, one of the loading tutorials basically says, hey, if at first you don't succeed, buy a bunch of swag in the loading screen store and beat the crap out of everybody because your gun is bigger than theirs. Pretend you're one of them feisty gun owners what's compensating for stuff in their pants. Buy a big gun and tell everyone to suck it. Alright guys, I cannot seem to find the wisdom hobo that tells me the things I want to hear. That tells me my fate and my destiny and the destiny of the universe and the calamity, the great, reckoning with a W at the start of it, the reckoning with a W, that caused this great calamity and how I need to kill the great space demon dragon person. I think his name is Ted. Ted the douche dragon. I have to craft a giant magical weapon of the ancients, shoot him in the face. I don't know, and hopefully it's not too spoilery for people who really want to spend time at this game. I just kind of want a little bit more variation in the enemies. I wouldn't mind more of the friendly NPCs that kind of just hang out and do stuff, and if you kind of plant the planet around them with plants and bring it back to life, I think when you talk to them again, they should be flippin' astounded. Also not sure if the 8-ball is important. I pretty much abandoned it right off the bat. If you're interested in checking this game out, it's available for $10 on the Steam. If you're interested. It's in early access, it's still being developed, and you know what? There's quite a bit to do right now already. A main mission, some basic enemies and mechanics, and a bunch of upgrades that you saw at the start of the game, like shotguns and everything. Let's go die in the sun. Seems like a good plan. Hello, robot face. I don't have time for you. I have to die in the sun. Oh, crap. Oh, yes. I suppose I should mention that I've got an extra copy of Cosmochoria to give away to all of you crazy gents. So if you're interested in picking up a copy of Cosmochoria, give me a comment somewhere in the comment section. Or it could even be a lovely illustrated fan art for Cosmochoria from something you've seen in this video. And if I like your comment or your feedback that sort of gives your reaction or your impression of this game, but I have one more copy left over. So hit me up with a comment if you're interested in picking up a copy of this game for free to check it out for yourself. Other than that, I'll catch you next time. I've been your host, Larry the Chupacabra. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And toodaloo!